Now, though, the back pages are dominated this morning by Formula One and matters away from the track. Christian Horner was reportedly in tears as he was informed colleagues of his shock sacking as Red Bull team principal yesterday. Horner earned $12 million a year, but so what? He's got plenty of money, and had been with the Red Bull team since the team were formed in 2005, leading them to 8 driver championships and 6 constructor championships. Top F1 journalist James Allen joined Hawksby and Jacobs yesterday and revealed that Horner's dismissal could be down to a deteriorating relationship with the Verstappens.
Particularly, not so much Max, but particularly his father, as you say. Yeah, they had a big row earlier in the year. My understanding is they had another big row on Sunday after the race in Silverstone. And yes, I think there is definitely a school of thought that the Verstappens have played their part in sort of impressing upon Red Bull that this team needs a change if it's going to save itself. Verstappen's contract runs for another 3 years, but there are escape clauses for him if he wanted to activate them. Whether or not, I think this year it may or may not be likely that the performance would be poor enough on his side that would trigger that. But the major rule change coming for next year, and I think it's more likely now that Verstappen will stay where he is into next year, have a look who's got the fastest car and engine, and being by some margin the best driver in Formula One right now, I think he can then take his pick for 2027 of whether he goes to Mercedes or he goes to Aston Martin, who will have Adrian Newey and Honda engines in 2026 and 27. So, Verstappen's definitely holding the cards now, that's for sure.
Yeah, James Allen there. John is now for more is the former Haas team principal, Guenther Steiner. Guenther, a very, very good morning.
Good morning to you guys.
Good morning. Guenther, should we be surprised at this? So long at Red Bull, and now he gets the fatal news, I'm sorry, you sacked, you're out the door. Should we be surprised?
I think the timing, I'm surprised. I mean, normally these things happen either in the winter break or in the summer break, and this is just before the summer break, so the timing. Otherwise, I think, as you said before, there was it was not a happy camp for a while now at Red Bull. It looked like to the outside, there was a lot of speculating who likes who doesn't like who, and that for maybe not, but I think what we need to give is Christian credit to the championships which you just mentioned before. I think a good job, but things in life change, and as you said, he will be not short of a pound, so he will be all right, and things change in life, but a little bit surprised of the timing, but in Formula One there is a lot of change, and he was there a very long time, 20 years.
Yeah, I love Max. I think he's a magnificent driver. I know he's sometimes gets very angry on the track, but at the same time he's a winner. He's fantastic. But I wonder, Guenther, how much his father has to do with this, because clearly he did not see eye to eye with Christian.
Yeah, correct. And I don't know how much he has to do with it, but for sure there was open criticism. It was not, hearsay. He openly critiqued Jos Verstappen, the management of Red Bull, mainly Christian. So we were all fully aware that there was that the relationship wasn't good. So obviously these things, as you said, Max in the moment is the best driver, and you really rightly analyzed before. I think they say Max will stay at Red Bull for next year, or he have said, I stay here, but I maybe want some changes. That could have been. I don't know if it was like this, but it's for sure Max, the driver he is, because he's the best in the moment, has got a big say in a team, so it's pretty normal. So if he didn't get on, or his father didn't get on with Christian, for sure that played a role in it, I guess.
Do you think they gave him, Christian gave Max a bit too much power, and ultimately doesn't have a job anymore?
It's difficult, because to have somebody like Max, you want to keep him, and you don't give this power in a day. A driver like this grabs his power because he knows his value for the team. I mean, you can see it at Red Bull. The second driver, they are at their second one this year already. Last year, the second driver scored very few points. They cannot do it, and obviously Max put himself in this position to have a lot of say in a team because he is the biggest assets they have got in the moment.
What about the forthcoming Grand Prix, Spa, Belgium? Who do you think can Red Bull bounce back here, or will this be McLaren again?
I think the second it will be a McLaren again. It will be I think again a great fight between the two McLaren guys.
Yeah, it really is, and it's a joy they let them fight each other and race each other.
Yeah, I mean, it's for the spectators. For us, it's the best we can have. I mean, if McLaren or Zach Brown or Andrea Stella would say, this is number one, he needs to win the championship, it could get boring pretty quick. But they are saying we let them race, and obviously it's also as well they're in a good position because the guy behind is Max Verstappen in the moment, but he's pretty far off now. So, let them fight. One of the two will win it anyway, almost.
What about just last one, Guenther, and I appreciate your time this morning. Thank you. Christian, do you think, Christian, we hear he's still getting paid, but could he bounce back quickly, maybe at Ferrari?
Cool.
Well, I guess. I mean, I haven't spoken with him since it all happened because for sure he's got bigger problems than speaking with me in the moment. But I don't think he's gonna do that. He will not be desperate for a next job. I mean, he was there 20 years. I know how stressful it is to run a team, and Red Bull is big. And the last years, for sure, for him have been tough. So I think he, as you said, he still gets paid. So I think he's enjoying his gardening leave.
Yeah.
For you, just one more question. For you being obviously a former F1 team principal, do you think, Christian, where does he rank for you? Is he one of the all-time greats?
Oh, he's very good what he did. And again, we don't have to forget he was there 20 years, which is a long time for a team principal. So he has done quite a few things right, I must say.
Yeah.
Guenther, enjoy Belgium. Thank you very, very much for joining us this morning on talkSPORT. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me, guys.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.